Hey, all, this has to go to all the courts and all the judges, actually, all the lawyers. And I'm right. What's wrong is Vincent, last name a lawyer. All his actions are wrong. So all of this goes forward to the world. And that's one of the things that's already out. That's evidence and facts. Okay. That's a major and a main issue. Okay. And where the courts actually have been and were and still are wrong, we're going to save for later for the video. But this is receipts of money, all the parking, all that, the appeal, all this is wrong, right? Now, here is something. I can go to emails. I'm not doing it, but here's the audio I caught. This is how simple it is. I caught, after a wreck, Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, a very ruthless, blank Dallas criminal, okay? And the courts have been wrong, and people have been wrong, and the state has been wrong for more than 5 years, more than 5 months and 5 days. That's a fact, okay? This is an audio about lawyers I caught that MAS is the worst law firm in Dallas. Don't go there. Don't go to Ryan Thompson. I want to sue them, take all their money and property, all of the lawyers, more from MAS, because I caught them. Like, this is Robin Miserly and MAS. They're liars, right? And you can't defend a bad guy, a criminal, Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez. So this is where they're all wrong, ganging up against me. This is a further violation of my rights really happened. Jasmine Solano, like I said, Ryan Ladd Thompson, never had permission to move my case to another lawyer. Never had permission. And Edwin and Jasmine Solano and 15 people from there. Dan Nevaeh, Jeff Shelton, Robin Miserlem, Kerry Tate, CSR reporter, 8010. And you're listening to that with Shelton and Robin Miserlem. So these are all facts, and it's a part of my amended brief, right? And this is already turned in. And the problem is with Vincent, and I'm not even cussing, and I'm not even going to say a blank word about him because it's true. He really is a blank. And so you're hearing the crimes of lawyers actually against me in the background, and you're watching a fact and evidence video about the wreck. So that's Tate, and I want to put all of them in prison because they're really wrong, right? And no one should have to go through this. This is a fact. You can't say that's not evidence. That's my Mustang. It got wrecked by a drunk driver, and I'm going to show you that, right? So I caught the lawyers committing crimes and violating all my rights further. And remember, I didn't give permission for anybody to move my case to anyone else. And they're still violating the law because I asked to release my records, and they didn't. They still have White Rock Chiropractic records, right? But here's all the videos I've got against a menace, Carlos Gonzalez, and another menace, Vincent, Nicholas, Louis. All these are facts, right? Send him to prison, okay? And there's facts against this guy. He tried to run and flee the crime after he hit me. You can't have any more evidence than that, okay? So now, as a part of my amended appeal, which is wrong, because I already paid for an appeal. So this is wrong. And they're going to have to forgive me, but the facts are I actually caught a judge doing wrong, and this can go back to before. It's just really wrong, man. And I shouldn't have to do any of this at all. So it is, there it is right here. This is the number one thing that the whole world has to look at and watch, and why I'm trying to go back on TV and radio and the news, because you cannot say that is not evidence. You cannot say that is not a wreck. That is a fact. That blankety blank actually did that, okay? And this is right after the wreck, and that's a fact. That is evidence. You can't get much more, and I'll rewind it. I was clean and sober on my way to the VA. I left Dallas in the 75 Central area, went to I-30 going right, west. Doesn't really matter which way, left or right. He threw a beer. That's an open alcohol container. He's trying to run from the crime, right? All of this is a fact. That is blank evidence, okay? So I'm going to show it to you as much. And I even caught the CSR of this case, the judge doing wrong. That's him. That's Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez. He hit me so hard and bad, it wrecked that, but it destroyed my vehicle, my body. He failed to use turn signals. He was texting, drinking, and driving, and he wrecked my vehicle and destroyed my vehicle that could have been worth more than $24,000. That's the price of 03 Ford Mustang, okay? So the reason why I have to go forward to sue now a judge and the lawyers, and unfortunately a CSR has a expired license. So he tried to run from the scene. That's really him. And he has a wife named Irene, and that's Progressive Insurance. He had another vehicle registered. That's a beer bottle, and that proves it's a fact. He broke a lot of Texas laws. He violated all my rights, and the people are going to have to forgive me for putting this out, but it's a fact. Tabalowski, Emily, was and still is wrong, and I consider that a criminal action to say that I wasn't there at a hearing and I didn't have evidence. And also, they're going to have to forgive me, but the lawyer Vincent is wrong because I still have evidence. That's it. That's a fact. And I was able to go to the hearing and no one notified me, and that's a fact. And somebody deliberately did that. So the four guilty parties really right now, in all honesty, are the judge Tabalowski, Vincent, a lawyer, and Jennifer Jacobs, a CSR with an expired license, and Carolyn Dupree Brown, a clerk. And that's just the way it is. Now, there's more people that were and still are wrong. Ryan Ladd Thompson, an employee, Edwin, Jasmine Solano, Thompson Law Firm. Don't ever go to Ryan the Lion. That guy. And it's really right for me to say more things against them when they're wrong. That wrong. Jasmine Solano, Dan Nevi, Mehdi Vagefi, Rebecca Salgado, Jack Witham, Melissa Vieira, as I said, Dan Nevi, Ken Owen, Jeff Shelton, Robin Miserlin, Kerry Tate, and more. There's a couple more. Dan Nevi, Ken Owen, Melissa Vieira, Mehdi Vagefi, and a couple more. I'll go 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 more seconds, 8 more seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.